Good evening and welcome to 60 Minutes. Tonight, our special investigation into the abduction of two teenage girls 17 years ago. Vanessa Conlon and Jessica Small were only 15. The scene, the main street of Bathurst, west of Sydney. Both girls were taken in the middle of the night. Vanessa would escape, but Jessica hasn't been seen since. For years, local police did little about the girls' abduction and Jessica's suspected murder. But nearly 2 decades on, this cold case is finally cracking.
Hello, darling. How are you?
This is a reunion Vanessa Conlon has waited 17 years for. Her bond with Faye Connors is one born out of sheer terror.
And I did believe you, darling. I did believe that there was something very bad happened.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Oh,
it's very good.
I just wanted to say thank you so much.
The last time these two women saw each other, Vanessa was a terrified teenager, banging on Faye's front door in the middle of the night.
If you didn't let me in that night, I probably wouldn't be here. Thank you so much.
That's all right. Just wish I could have done something else.
It's the night Vanessa will never forget. She and her best friend Jessica Small, both only 15, were abducted from the main street of Bathurst. While Vanessa eventually escaped, Jessica didn't. She's never been seen since. What haunts you the most about that night?
If I'm honest, the fact that she was taken and I wasn't. That's the thing that's the hardest to live with.
Growing up in Bathurst, a small country town, in the shadow of the Blue Mountains in New South Wales, Jessica Small was a cheeky, freckle-faced teenager.
She loved kids and animals, and she loved us. She was just a normal, happy, healthy young girl with a lot of dreams.
For almost 2 decades, Jessica's mother, Ricky Small, has agonised over what happened to her daughter.
All I can say, honestly, Alison, is that I hope things were over for her quickly. If I may say it like that. I can't think I could. My head's entertained the ideas of her being locked up for days or held for days or tortured, or I hate to go there.
It's a pretty dark place.
It is. It's a very dark place.
It's October 25, 1997, and best friends Jessica and Vanessa are enjoying a night out at the local amusement parlour. They leave around midnight.
There was a man asking about Jessica that night. One of the employees that used to work there has actually come forward. Believe it or not, he actually told this to the police the next day. And it turns out that this man was asking about Jess, saying things to the effect of, she looks like she's up for a good time. So the car came along here. He was driving really quite slowly. He turned and looked at us, did a U-turn, came down here and pulled up just down here.
And you made a split-second decision to get in that car?
Yeah, and it's a decision I've regretted for the rest of my life.
Hey, how's your night been? Yeah. How's your video games?
He said to me, oh, and your games of pool.
Oh, how was your game of pool?
Yeah, good.
And then I put 2 and 2 together and I just said, oh yeah, good. And didn't really think anything of it at the time. He offered us a lift and we decided to get in.
But a few minutes into the car trip, the girls start getting nervous. They're on a quiet country road on the edge of town, and the driver is agitated.
I remember he was driving quite slowly, and that kind of, put a little bit of fear into me. And I remember looking into the side mirror trying to see Jess in the back seat because I was really starting to get quite worried. He'd been looking side to side and he reached and took his seatbelt off.
Is that the point when you realised you were in real trouble?
Yeah, and he had turned the car off, turned to look at Jessica, and he said to her, "Right, come here."
Right, come here.
I don't think so.
And I just looked at him and said, "No, I don't think so." And he actually put his hand around my throat quite firmly and pushed me right back into the seat, and he was choking me. It was at this stage that Jess went to get out of the car. I managed to open my door. He realised he couldn't grab a hold of Jess, so he grabbed a hold of my hair, and I had to rip my hair out of his hands to get out of the car. And we're both running towards the house with the light on, and just running and running and running. So we're both running and screaming, and I could hear her behind me and I could hear him behind me, and all I could think of was just get to the house with the light on.
Please, help me, leave me here, please.
I was woken up by somebody hammering on my door and singing out. She was just shaking, white, very, very scared. I thought she was so scared that she might have even been going to be sick.
It was Faye Connor's door that Vanessa banged on. Was she making any sense when you first opened the door?
Not really. It was very hard to understand because all she kept saying was, my friend, I need you to help me find my friend." And we didn't realise what had happened, so we didn't know where her friend was.
By this time, the car with Jess inside was gone. Faye rang police, but they showed an astonishing lack of interest. It would be the first of many police errors.
You'd like to think that if they had have believed her and got more cars out and more police out, that they would have been able to do a bit more.
So, why do you think the police didn't believe you?
I think because Jess and I were, troubled teens, and we, been in a little bit of trouble. And
so some man has Jess doing God knows what to her, and you say the police weren't overly concerned?
Not at all. Not even a little bit. They outright told me I was lying.
Coming up, Jess is missing.
I could tell something was really wrong. Really wrong.
But police do nothing. Now, the crucial witness.
It was like a fear, sort of, like when she come past screaming.
And an incredible discovery.
It looked like something very suspicious.